Welcome, beautiful people, to my channel. It's your girl, Positive Vibes Des, better known as Des Bless or just Destiny. And I wanted to welcome you back to another Wellness Wednesdays. And today I wanted us to touch upon that dimension of career, occupational, or vocational wellness. All three names, they all mean the same thing. But before we get into that, I wanted us to do a little temperature check. A temperature check on how we've been engaging or being intentional about our wellness over the past week or two. So for me, I can say that on a scale of 1 to 10, I would fall on about 8. The reason why I, give it an 8 is because I've been really intentional about my financial wellness and my physical wellness, as those two areas are like two main areas that I'm really working on getting it flowing and looking how I want it to look so I can achieve that ultimate peace and balance in those areas. And like I said in my What is Wellness video that you'll find right here, having that peace and balance in one area or most areas will then eventually trickle down into those other areas. So I'd love to hear from you guys on how you rate your wellness scale and how you've been doing over the past week or two. Be sure to comment down in the comment section below, and I'd love to hear from you guys. Now that we've done our wellness check, let's get on into the topic of and for the sake of this video, I'll call it occupational wellness, and understanding what exactly that is. My What is Wellness video, vocational and or career, deals with how are you spending your time, meaning like, are you in school, working a job, have a business, focusing on your hobbies, things that you do to fill your time day to day. So with that description that I have gave in my previous video, in this video I wanted to break it down just a little bit further to help get some more clarity around what occupational wellness is, and then give you guys 5 tips that you can use to help achieve that occupational wellness. So breaking down occupational wellness a little bit further, occupational wellness refers to the work-life balance. And work-life balance meaning your job, your career, if you're in school, whatever you're working on or working towards, being able to balance that with your personal life. And the goal of occupational wellness is to have that work-life balance that encourages personal and professional growth, and it's usually for a financial gain. So that brings me to my 5 tips on how to obtain occupational wellness. They're not in any order, I'm just putting them out there. So the first one would be setting and maintaining boundaries. At your workplace, at school, wherever it is, whatever it is that you're doing occupationally, setting clear boundaries, being able to, let people know what it is, and also know boundaries for yourself, knowing that like if you spend too much time doing this, then you'll probably get distracted from your work, or working overtime too many days out of the week is going to cause you to feel tired. Like, boundaries for yourself and for people who you interact with. If you have a boss who kind of talks to you crazy, like set boundaries, like this is what I'm going to accept, this is what I'm not going to accept. And I know sometimes for some people it is a little hard for them to feel comfortable enough speaking up, because it's like, oh, I don't want to lose my job, or I don't want to ruffle anyone's feathers. But you also have to be able to advocate for yourself so that you don't end up getting burned out, getting resentful, or just not being happy at your workplace. The second tip is clear communication and collaboration. Now, most of the time, or the average person does not necessarily work alone. And even if they are working alone in the moment, they still maybe have a boss or some other people that they have to report to at some point. So being able to have clear communication with the people that you work with. And for my people who are in school, like if you're doing a group project or you have to work with your classmates or whatever, having clear communication about what you need, what you expect. Again, also being able to clearly communicate your boundaries, and being able to work together with people. And even if you don't enjoy working with them, but you have to, being clear, like, hey, this is what I need, this is what we need to make this work. You don't have to be best friends with everyone at your job or in your office or wherever you work or your workplace, but you know, keeping it cordial so that the environment is not tense or negative and it's only positive vibes. The third thing that I wanted to mention is utilizing your strengths, right? We all have strengths, we all have weaknesses, and I don't like to call them weaknesses. I prefer to call them areas of growth. But we all have strengths, we all have areas of growth, and taking the time to identify what your strengths are and utilizing them, right? If you know you're good at computer stuff or analytics or whatever the case is, and you're in a job that doesn't fit that, then of course you're not gonna love your job, or you're not going to enjoy or feel fulfilled at your job because you're doing something that you may be good at it, but it's just not, you know, your thing. It's not your strength. Understanding and identifying your strengths and trying to match yourself and align yourself with jobs or careers that fit into that. And speaking about understanding your strengths and what job or career will fit with that, there are a wide variety of online career tests that you can take. There are some that are paid and there are some that are free, and I'll be sure to list them here. The websites that you can use to take these tests to see what career or job field that you would fit best in. And as you can see here, here's one website in which you go through and answer the questions, and by the time you're finished, it'll give you a breakdown or summary of what your personality type is, what career you would best fit in. So there's a whole bunch, and I'll be sure to link some of the free ones down in my description box. So the fourth tip that I wanted to talk to you guys about is broadening your idea of a career. And what do I mean by that? I mean thinking outside of the box of what you can do with your strengths, like I mentioned in the third tip, right? You know your strengths, you know what you can do. Yes, there are many jobs out there that can fit that, but maybe you're not doing that specific job and you're doing something a little bit different, but it encompasses a wide variety of things. Thinking outside of the box, when you think about careers, thinking about jobs, thinking about businesses. I always like to push entrepreneurship, but being an entrepreneur is not for everyone. But there are so many things out there, and nowadays there are so many ways to really do what you love. I know we all need money, but there are so many ways to make money, and nowadays in the type of economy we're in, one stream of income is not enough. And I mentioned this in my financial wellness video that you can find right here, that having multiple streams of income is super important. So if you decide to say, okay, I have a career or I have a job that I'm doing, but then you also want to do something on the side that can feed into what you really truly love, then being able to balance those two can help to promote occupational wellness because you are doing something that you love. To optimize occupational wellness, two key components is that work-life balance that I mentioned, and finding and understanding your purpose and being fulfilled in what you're doing. So bringing me to tip 5 is finding your purpose, understanding what is it that I am supposed to be doing, what is it that I can do that makes me feel fulfilled, that makes me feel like I'm doing something in the world, that what I'm doing has a purpose, just that. Again, you can try different jobs, different careers, and I know trying careers and switching careers, especially if you've been in one for a long time, can be a little scary, but all of those worries and fears aside, go after what is going to bring you fulfillment. It's not going to be easy by no means, but I get it. Sometimes we do jobs or in careers for the money because we need money to live, to pay our bills, to eat, drink, all that good stuff. But try not to put yourself in a box. and going after what it is that you're passionate about, what you feel fulfilled about, what you feel is your purpose and calling. And you don't let your fear outweigh what is going to fulfill you, right? The moral of the story is don't stay stuck. Find a work-life balance and do what makes you happy. And if at the moment it may cause you to make or get less money than you usually do, that's okay, because once you build yourself up and get to that point where you're at your peak, you will get everything that is due and owed to you and everything that you're supposed to have financially. So I hope that breakdown of what occupational wellness is can help you to reevaluate your own situation in your career, your vocation, or occupation, and implementing those tips can help you to reach that optimal occupational or career wellness so that you're feeling good on that dimension. I hope that you learn, can apply, and share the knowledge. And make sure you hit that post notification bell so that you're aware of every time that I post. And do check out in the description box below my Wellness Wednesday playlist so that you can gain the knowledge on everything wellness. I thank you, and do know that I'm always wishing you peace, love, and light.